Podcast. Onora Boys in the building. We're brought to you by Onora Whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com. It's that premium American whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com. And left, woo! You got one more day in your 30s, dog. Or in your 20s, dog, before you hit that 3-0. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I gotta start taking the vitamins and all type of stuff, man.
So, hey, man, before you enter, make sure you do it
responsibly. There we go.
Let's get it. Lucky Lefty. Onora Boys in the place to be. Sorry we left you without a dope beat. Step 2, we're back in effect. YouTube, subscribe, share, hit the like button, the thumbs up. Then leave your comments, questions. We respond to all. Patreon.com/Lucky Lefty Network, Lucky Legends Podcast, Players Only Podcast. So much more. We are the home of the misguided passion. Forever committed to making sure that we spin it.
Yeah, friend.
What's up, Left?
Yeah.
Yeah, dog.
And the Lakers are what's up, too, by the way.
Ready. They're so unserious, bro.
What? Dude. If LeBron is the second best player on your team, good luck.
They're not winning a championship, Left. I try to spare you so much embarrassment, bro. You talk so greasy, and I'd be like, all right, go ahead. I try to be a good big brother and say, bro, don't do that. Don't. It's a dead end. Don't walk down there. Don't walk down there. It's a boogeyman down there. It's gonna get you.
Have you seen how the chemistry has come on so strong?
I'm trying to tell you. You do realize they were in a tie game with 3 minutes left with a Dallas team that was playing with backups in Kyrie.
Kyrie had 35.
And they had backups on the court the entire game. Spencer Dinwiddie was putting in work on Luka. Spencer Dinwiddie.
They know Luka, though.
Okay. All right. They know Luka. I still see Luka getting blown by on defense, though. I know I saw that. I know I saw LaMelo come out for the last 2 minutes when the Hornets came out that LaMelo just had his way. Just had his way.
And they're 5th in the West right now. They're 5th in the West.
They are.
Position.
They are.
LeBron's getting 40 off of being a 2, cutting and slashing, hitting threes.
Steph got some help too. Steph is 6-1 since he got his help.
Are we worried about the Warriors?
All I'm saying is Steph has the same amount of championships as LeBron in the same era. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
All time.
And Steph's record in the finals is better too, percentage-wise. Now that I think about it. Yeah, Steph only had 2 losses in the finals.
Is Steph a better player?
It's debatable.
Oh, my God.
It's debatable. If we go by winning, it's a debatable thing.
You don't believe that.
Who has changed the game more, Steph or LeBron, in the last 10 years? Whoa. Answer the question. Because you like to skate over stuff. No. You like to skate over stuff. Just answer the question, then get into your explanation.
LeBron James
has changed. Wait. Today's NBA looks like LeBron more than it looks like Steph. Now you know you're telling us. Now you know you're lying.
All Steph changed was one aspect of basketball, and that was a 3-pointer.
But the whole league plays like him, though.
They don't play
whole league. The Chicago Bulls lead the league in 3-point attempts, and they can't shoot. I take that 5th in the league. Let's get to it, man. Chris Ash.
Yeah.
Man, I see you always sidetrack me with that LeBron Laker crap, man. We're going to talk about Chris Ash, new defensive coordinator left. He has some interesting things to say, and I want you to tap in because I know what I think already. I want to hear what you think. There's a lot of people out there that thought Mike Mickens was going to get the position.
Yeah.
Thought Mike Mickens was going to get the position. So Chris Ash met the media. We're going to talk about him. And then I think tomorrow left will your guy, someone you have a relationship with, new running back coach Jawan SEIDER. Well, man, I love his press conference. I see why he can recruit. I was like, oh, I understand why he can recruit.
Great guy.
I get it. Absolutely. Fantabulous guy. We'll hear from some of the Fighting Irish also there at the Combine. We had Xavier Watts talking about who to watch out for in the safety room. And then you had Mitchell Evans talking about the quarterback competition. And Mitchell Evans, I want to see who you and fans think Mitchell Evans gave more love to. I want to see who you think Mitchell Evans gave more love to down at the Combine. We'll listen to it. We'll listen to it. Yeah. Benjamin Morrison as well. Was very open talking about.
Benjamin Morrison blew me when he was talking about he was Lamar Jackson and all this other stuff. His quarterback.
Talking about Riley Leonard?
Yeah, his quarterback.
Hey, you cannot say, no one can say that Notre Dame players are not loyal and good teammates. Hey, come on, dude.
Well, if we're having our one-on-one, side conversation, you got to get his quarterback evaluation better. That's all.
So Chris Ash, let's get to it, ladies and gents. Chris Ash met with the media, and one of the things that they talked about was whether or not. Let me first of all point out that I thought he handled himself very well. I really did. I thought he handled himself very well. Let me find this. But what was your first thought when you saw the hiring
of Chris Ash?
Yeah.
Well, I just thought it was one of those things where, if you're going to regime change like you do, Algo leaving and all of that, it's just one of those things. It'll be a fresh slate for a guy to come in and kind of put into a system where guys are kind of seasoned and still young enough to learn a new system in certain aspects and different terminology.
Yeah.
They've been smart enough to kind of pick up on things, and it is a chance to have growth through evolution, and maybe building on some of the things they already know, but a different way of doing it. So I think it's a good way for the defense to kind of reset themselves, because like you said, it was beginning to crumble at bits and pieces of our game plan. And, with all the film that we've had on extra time, you would assume that people will start figuring it out more so than not. So this is a good way to keep other teams off balance and still have the guys' talent be on display in terms of having a competitive chance through scheme and this, that, and the other. So it's good to see Marcus Freeman taking a chance at something that he can put his stamp behind, and I'm sure he had a lot of influence on this hire. He is the head coach, and it probably feels good for him to be able to make big changes on the side of the football that he's comfortable with. So, but it does also put the defense in a place where now we get to see the offense shine in the forefront, and the offense look like the foundation of how we win football games, because we still have a great offensive line, a good running game, a great running back coach that we just got from Penn State, and Coach SEIDER, who I think is great. I had him at Florida. So it is one of those things where it's pretty refreshing to see the change or the polar shift of where Marcus Freeman, a defensive coach, is now offensively in the forefront. So the defense kind of gets the hang of it. I just don't expect the defense to just be as locked down necessarily in terms of we only giving up 17 points a game. I think that'll increase, and not necessarily in a bad way. It's just, you're getting adjusted just to what is going on and guys are getting comfortable. So it's yes, we'll pick up on it. Yes, we'll have some bright spots, but you got so much you want to build with and add on to. So it'll be good to see uh, that change and shift defensively, and we'll still have good guys be good and great guys be great. But offensively, this is a great place for Denbrock in that quarterback position to be the face of the team and to be the rock of the team. You know, we win games because of our offense, and that's going to be great to see for the fans. But another perspective change on the Marcus Freeman tenure where, okay, we defensively got to the championship. Now offensively, we need to get to the championship. I think it will show just an array of talent that Marcus Freeman has as a program builder, but also where his recruiting has to shift. I mean, not that we don't put one effort over the other, but it would be nice to see some offensive splashes in a Marcus Freeman tenure because we know we get the defensive ones each and every year.
All right. So Chris Ash talked about his philosophy, Left. What is his philosophy? He talked about that with the media.
So just overall philosophically, as we approach this situation here, I look at it, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And that was really the conversation that Coach Freeman and I had about this situation. There has been a really good football played here on defense. There's been standards, there's been accountability, they've been well coached, and we're just looking at ways that we can try to enhance it and make it better. Conceptually, we're going to keep doing a lot of the same things that have been done here. Terminology may change a little bit, some fundamentals may change a little bit, but at the end of the day, the way Notre Dame has played defense is the way Notre Dame is going to play defense in the future.
You mentioned terminology. I wanted you to ask that. What's your philosophy in terms of how much you want the players to adapt to you, or like your background in adapting to coming into a different situation?
Yeah, I'm here to become one of them, and that's what they're not here to adjust to me. I'm here to adjust to them. The staff, the players, the scheme, the whole overall culture of the organization, that's what I'm coming to be a part of. This is Notre Dame's defense. This is not my defense. This is Notre Dame's, and I'm coming here to try to help continue the success that they've had on defense and find ways to try to make it better. That's it.
Front row on your left, Jack Sobel.
Hey, Coach, Jack Sobel with Blue and Gold Illustrated. What did you learn from your time in the NFL with the Raiders and Jaguars that can be applied to Notre Dame?
It's all about the players. It's players first, players over plays, and concepts over calls. And that's really the way we're approaching it right now, and trying to make sure that what we do and what we ask the players to do is in the best interest of the player and allows them to be successful, and really do a great job of teaching concepts to help them understand the big picture of what we're trying to do. And you can really create a positionless defense when you do it that way. And that's what it is. Some of the things that people talk about in college, they still apply in the NFL. It's about relationships. It's about communication. It's about trust. And if you have those things, whether you're in the NFL or in college, you have a chance to be successful.
I think it might be out.
You like what you hear, Left? I'll let you go ahead and tap in first.
Yeah, I mean, are you coming to be a manager, like what do they call those guys? Office managers, where you just checking in on each position and kind of letting them do their own thing. And I mean, are you making the calls or? So I mean, I like that it's a professionalism, so to speak, coming in to where you got to have some credentials, some merit. You can't just be a good friend anymore to get in. You're adding some standard to where you got to have some cachet. You gotta have some stamps on your passport in order to get into this sort of situation, especially when you're adding a Chris Ash, who sounds like, man, I've been everywhere. I know how to adjust to things and add to things. So, that just feels like he's a very been there, done that kind of guy, where it's going to be a great flavor to add to the Notre Dame brand in terms of just the merit and type of credit you need to have in the program. And I think players are going to respect that. They're going to see first day. This is a business. This is very serious. So do not come in here not trying to, get somewhere and go somewhere because, Chris Ash seems like the guy he love you, but he gonna keep it real professional with you. So this is all good. I think he doesn't seem like the guy that's going to take over with an iron fist. He might come in as a Trojan horse. Who knows? But I think at the end of the day, let it not fool you. He will be calling his stuff. I don't know. Because Notre Dame defense don't call itself. Let's just be honest. You're going to call some concepts, and I think the teaching aspect is going to be important that he's adding where you are teaching guys football. And that's the biggest advantage you can have in any setting, especially in the spring setting where, you're not necessarily calling a specific scheme. More so you're in the spring teaching the concepts of, what offenses do and the defensive type of situations that you'll be in. So that's always adding a different level of excellence to a team where do you go after a 16-2 or 14-2 season? Where do you go after a championship? And so I think the changes in which Marcus Freeman has made, and maybe it was for the better, not to just elevate Mike Mickens, so to speak, to the DC or what may have you, just due to the fact that look at how we're putting things together. This is a very, merit-based type of situation that Marcus Freeman's putting himself in, which is good because now he's adding guys that are always want to add, like, what is it, 30% you add smarter people than you, 30% people that are like-minded, and 30% that you can kind of bounce ideas off, that sort of speak. So he's definitely living by a certain principle, and it's good to see because when you look at other top programs like Alabama when Nick Saban was there, where, you always had consultants and different type of league influence, and I think that always just helps. So, and you're losing one to the NFL, to gain one from the NFL. I think that's always a positive in many ways.
I think first what we're seeing is that Marcus Freeman, going back to the Mike Mickens point, I think Mike Mickens is ready to be a D coordinator. I think if this was, I'm just being hypothetical, Left. If this was Notre Dame making the playoffs, winning a game and losing in the second round against Georgia, maybe Mike Mickens gets the elevation.
Right.
Because expectations have not been raised.
Right. I mean, you just went to the championship.
You just went to the championship. And I'm not sitting here saying that that's fair. That's a fair assessment. Putting a going into the think tank and just kind of
very logical.
Yeah.
You just went, and that's a crucial step to make because to ever be in that same situation when you go back, that's a whole nother level of greatness. And I think you see the programs that have done that, such as a Nick Saban, such as a Dabo, guys that are still in it. I mean, these guys are still in the forefront of college football, even with the years at the same place,
Yeah.
So, Ryan Dave. So it's their programs will always have some merit base. That's what I'm saying. Like Mike Mickens might have to go get a great job in the league or get a defense coordinator job at the SEC or something, and then come back. That's the type of ways that Notre Dame is moving. It's more of like
that's the way college football is moving.
Yeah,
college football has definitely gone to bringing NFL guys in, that can bring in what Chris Ash just talked about. That's one of the things I wrote down immediately as I was watching the press conference when he was talking about I'm teaching concepts. Like, what's the biggest thing in your play call? It's all about players. Yeah, dude. Right. Players over plays.
You got Martin, Mike Martin?
Yeah.
In the GM position, scout who knows the players, that knows in a professional way. This is Marcus Freeman's buffering this thing up to where it's like this is not only college, but this is the influence and what it'll look like when you take that next step is making it more seamless. This is not so much hire my homie, and because I've known him for a couple years, he coaching
Mm-hmm.
over here, coaching over. Now it's kind of like, all right, well, this is the G League for some of these college NFL coaches to come and warm up and get their skills better, their schemes right for on the college level, and go back or just touch up the program and where they see fit and where the league is going. And this is also a great way to funnel and develop players on the recruiting level. You got to find ways to be attractive as a program outside of it just being come to our school. So when parents come in here and they be like, oh, this is a GM from the league, and oh, this is a defense coordinator from the league, and oh, this is a guy that raised kids. That just starts spinning in the kid's mind, spinning in the parents' mind, where Marcus Freeman is building this thing forward tough, and he's building it to last because the pipeline and the success of these guys like an Al Golden, our GM, and even our new defensive coordinator with Chris Ash, the league is going to be hearing about that. Maybe this is somewhere for these coaches to be like, yeah, let me come down here. And now Marcus Freeman is also, as a young coach, he's only in year 4. He's getting this knowledge. All of this is working within Marcus Freeman to be gaining 4 years, but he's 21 years in the knowledge and in the game. And I think that's very smart of him. And he's keeping his guys close. Mike Megan's been with him since the jump. So I'm gonna just take care of my boys, that's why I gotta get in there. Just another, shot down the hallway to see if your boy, anyway. But I do think that, shout out to Amir. Amir got a nice little raise. He trying to make some moves in there. He's trying to elevate his position.
You be sharing Amir's like person. Like, you getting the okay in the head nod from my boy, man. 3.
I'm sorry, Amir. I thought I was happy.
I just want to make sure. I know that's your boy.
My bad, man. I don't know if I'm happy for my friend, man. I think he's doing a tremendous job. And Notre Dame's an interesting place. It's definitely a place where there's a sense of excellence.
Heck, everybody should have gotten a raise after this season.
That's
everybody.
Right. That's right. Absolutely.
So as much money as came, what came in. You already know what came in.
Man, listen. I'm very happy with how Amir's sticking it out. I think that's an amazing job up there. But also, for the kids, I think it's just they're seeing in the locker room and the upstairs in the coaches' offices and stuff. It's serious business.
Yeah.
This is why kids don't want to leave. They're like, well, let me where am I going to go? Where I'm going that Notre Dame's not doing, so even to the AD, merit-based guy. Shout out to Pete Aqua, very professional. His brother here went to, was doing big time things in other industries. So it's just to show you that you're not getting into Notre Dame because you starting out.
The bar has been raised.
Yeah.
The bar has been raised.
You better have your resume better be long, better be strong. You better be hot in the moment. So I think that's but it's a revolving door, which is an interesting thing. Like there's a lot of in and out. So, but Notre Dame to be doing all this and still producing that youthfulness and that quality with Marcus Freeman being where he is, I think he's going to be there a long time if he wants to.
Yeah.
God willing. So it's a good place for Notre Dame to be in, and he's getting a nice balance. You get your fun guys, your Dan Brock, your SEIDER, Max Bullock. Get your fun guys, and then you got them dudes that you like, man, I hope I don't have to go to his office. Man, I hope I ain't got to see that man on, I hope I don't got to mess up, got to go knock on his door because it's always closed. It's all, he's real serious. So he's keeping that balance, which I think is great. And you need that because you need to be able to relate and this, that, and the third. So it's awesome to see.
Chris Ash also talked about the Notre Dame defense, and he was adamant. This is not my defense. This is the Notre Dame defense.
Like I said before, this isn't about my defense. This is about the Notre Dame defense, and we're going to continue to do things that Notre Dame has done on defense. The game is different than the NFL and what I've been doing for the last few years. But again, I haven't been out of it for too long. And the hashes make the game different in the space that's created because of the hashes. And everything you do, you got to make sure that you can eliminate that space and play the RPOs and the reliefs and things that offenses have. But again, it's not my defense that we're going to be running. It's our defense, and that's the way that I look at it. I'm coming to be a part of this organization and this defense and this staff.
Front row on your right, John Brace.
Hey, Coach. What made now the right time to come back from the NFL to the college game in specific? How much did the fact that it is a Notre Dame, like an Ohio State type program, that lured you back?
Yeah, it's a great question. I really enjoyed what I was doing. I was actually in personnel this last year in Jacksonville. I enjoyed that as a great learning opportunity. Wasn't looking for another job. Coach Freeman called and we started to have some initial conversations. And I looked at the whole thing. It's Notre Dame, the type of people that come to Notre Dame, players, staff. Obviously the recent success, the opportunity for sustained success in the future, all of those things together made this a no-brainer for me. And it was going to take a lot to leave where we were at, but this was one of those jobs that you just can't pass up on.
First of all, Coach, I'm going to have to call Cap, okay? You in Jacksonville, dog. It wasn't going to take...
Whoa.
Let me finish. I know that's one of your many teams, bro.
Many teams?
You and Grifting Drake. Yes, y'all like to float in and float out wherever you are.
He's coming from one of the finest organizations in the league.
You just heard what he said, didn't you? You just said, wait. Jacksonville, Notre Dame. Oh, let me say it again. Jacksonville.
He said it took a lot.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Cap. He didn't take a lot. Marcus Freeman called. And he was like, okay.
And to have some talks.
Then that goes back. That's the first cap. Second cap, I wasn't looking for another job. Come on, man. Stop lying. Stop lying.
The finest
organization
in the league.
Left. I don't care if that is your squad. You know darn well he would much rather be the defensive coordinator for a team that was just in the national championship than to be in the scouting room for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They can't scout a bit because they stink. They can't scout a bit. So obviously,
we have great players, but the way that the organization is working right now,
what's the better situation? What's the better situation, Left? What's the better situation? What's the higher paying situation? Come on, Left. We need to stop. What's the higher paying situation? Okay, then.
We don't know the numbers.
All the political correctness Coach asked, I love it. You're meeting the media. You know, you want to come across the survey. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay. No, he told the politically correct truth. That's what he told.
It's not politics. This is football and the finest.
I guarantee you Marcus Freeman didn't have to beg him. He
said it took a lot and they started some talks.
I guarantee you Marcus Freeman didn't have to ask him twice. Guaranteed. He didn't have to ask him twice. I guarantee you he didn't have to ask him twice. I know that much.
It probably took about 8 calls, 9 calls, a couple of meetings.
You are out of your mind. You think it took 8, 9 calls? That dude, man, he saw. What's the area code for Notre Dame, Indiana? 574. Is it 5? He saw that 574 and was like, okay, hey baby, we out of here. Hello. What's up, coach? Yeah. Hey. I'm good. Hey, man, let your people know. Give me a price. Just give me a price. We're packing our bags right now. Matter of fact, we're not even going to tell the Jags until we get to South Bend. We'll let them know once we get there. I'm so happy not to have to go to the combine. Oh, my God. I would much rather be in South Bend than be in Indianapolis this next coming up week. Yeah. All right, Coach.
It was a horizontal move career-wise.
It was a what?
Very horizontal.
Man, everybody, Notre Dame fans, light his tail up. That was disrespectful. You don't even believe that. Your troll game.
No,
your troll game is elite. You should try comedy, Left. You should literally try comedy.
Not horizontal in the sense that Notre Dame is not the league. So I'm saying in terms
what does that mean? a Notre Dame job is better than a Chicago Bears job. I can tell you that for a fact.
What are the Chicago Bears
If you're scouting for the Chicago Bears, you're going to take a job and go take a coordinator job at Notre Dame. Go take it.
Notre Dame is one of the top 5, top 3 type of positions to be asked for. Like we just talked about, you're going to have some merit if you want to get to Notre Dame. It's just what it is. You're going to have to literally be a Super Bowl linebacker coach and then get to Notre Dame. It wasn't even so. We're not taking anything under, the top 1% for type of positions, which is a great thing. But Jacksonville is still one of the finest organizations.
You don't even believe that. You can't even say it with a straight face without laughing. Like seconds later. No, you don't even believe that, bro. You don't even believe that. You don't that's almost like you saying Luka Doncic plays defense. You don't believe that. You'll say it, but you don't believe that. You don't believe that. You don't believe. What's the better job? What's the better job?
Great fan base, a fine front office. We just made some great moves. We're looking to get great draft position. Telling you, top-notch facilities. I mean, you can't get much better. So I know it was probably very hard for Chris Ash, who probably wanted the greater position for himself, because obviously who doesn't want a defense coordinator job at Notre Dame?
Left, I wouldn't disagree with what you're saying, because the owner of the Jaguars just happens to be from Chicago. So I know he's classy. I already know he's classy. I already know Sean
can't get right your own city, though.
I already know he needs to buy the Bears. If he buys the Bears, maybe some things change. Maybe, just maybe. Jacksonville, just to give you some numbers that kind of refutes what you're trying to say, the recent report cards from the NFLPA, that's the Players Association in the NFL, Jacksonville came in 18th.
One of the finest.
They got a treatment of families. Jacksonville got an F. Food and dining. Wait, let me finish. Food and dining. Jacksonville got a C+. Nutrition and dietitian. Jacksonville got a B. Now, this is where it gets good for them. Locker room and training room. You talked about the facilities. They got a B+ and a B+. For facilities. Training staff, they got a B-. Weight room, they got an A. Once again, the facilities, plush. Strength coaches, they got a B. Team travel. Now, this is where my boy Shad Khan, he disappoints me a little bit, dude, because he's loaded. And they always go over to London. They go to Europe every year because they're trying to become one of the expansion teams in Europe. I know what Shad Khan's trying to do. Team travel, they got a D+. I'm disappointed, Shad Khan. How you get a D+ and your team is always going over? How?
Maybe they just don't like London, man.
Well, I'm sorry. I read the wrong. I read that incorrectly. The Indianapolis Colts got a D+ in team travel. Jacksonville got a B+. That lines up with Shad Khan. That lines up. Head coach, they got a C. Owner, they got a B+.
Yeah, because finest organizations. It's like elite.
Yeah, but they overall not so good. 18th in the league.
Let
me ask you those same things. Let me ask you, because we just gave those grades for Jacksonville. Treatment of family. How do you think Notre Dame? What grade do you think they get? Because you already know they treat the mothers like they treat the mothers.
So it's different. I had Kelly.
I'm talking about now.
Oh, okay. Now it's an A.
Oh, okay. Wait. Food and dining. We already know what's coming because they're building it across the street.
A, for sure.
You still gonna give it an A right now?
I love the food. I was there. So
okay. Nutrition, dietitian.
That's overrated. And,
okay.
I give it like a B-.
Come on, dog. You have to give a locker room an A. That locker room is historic, bro.
Well, all the new stuff, I haven't been in all the new stuff, but
just it's the same locker room Joe Montana played in. sat in, bro.
Yeah,
Just the nostalgia of it all. You have to at least give it an A-. If you say it
Same
needs to be
Ian Book said
upgraded,
it, you know, Ian
here
Book
we
went
go with this Ian Book stuff, man.
But I'm saying,
A dude that's not even top 5 all-time quarterbacks. But you go ahead. Go ahead. Training room, training staff. Lauren Lando takes over. So training room, training staff. They've upgraded it.
Yeah, I give it a B plus, A. You know, I've
Okay.
seen some pretty cool weight rooms and stuff.
Okay. Strength coaches. That would be Lauren Lando. Now, I understand Notre Dame fans that might go B because of all the injuries.
B minus. You do B minus.
Because of all of the injuries, I get it. But Notre Dame physically beat teams up this year. Physically just beat them up. So you have to balance it out. Team travel. All I know is Marcus Freeman is on the PJ constantly.
Yeah, that's got to be an A.
Team travel has
right. They travel
right. They travel. Yeah, they do. They do. Head coach definitely is an A. And
A minus because he didn't win it, but you know, picky.
And instead of owner, let's just say the director, Pete Bavacqua. His first season, you have to give him an A. I mean,
it's a championship.
Championship, the new NIL. He got the new facilities, man, up and going. But that's Jack Swarbrick. That's really Jack Swarbrick that had that in motion. So, and then ND Media stepping it up. The Peacock series. The Peacock series was a hit. It was a hit. Perfect timing. And the way they laid it out, allowing it to really take off during the playoff run. Magnifique. Straight up magnifique. So, yeah, I think Chris Ash was like, yeah. So, cap on Chris Ash. Welcome, coach, but it was hard to get you out of there. Nah. Not with Notre Dame calls. Now, maybe it was hard for 97% of college football. I agree with that. Now, I will rock with you on that. For like 97% of college football, it probably would have been very difficult to get you out of Jacksonville. Notre Dame just happens to be part of the 3%.
Yeah, as I'm saying, it's hard to but that goes to like at this point the level of and the type of guys that we are going to have, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, those type of high-ranking coaching positions are going to soon be all NFL transient type of coaches and that sort of speak, only because when you think about it, at this point, what college coordinator, unless he's just the hottest one on the market, is willing to want to put his career in a position where you got to win 11, 12 games consistently and all the things that happen with it. And, you know, that's sometimes it's like, I like where I'm at. You know, we see James Blanchard make that decision. You know, he's a hot GM that's well-deserving of the money and everything, but he was like, shoot, I mean, I like my little situation. You know, not that I wouldn't want to go.
That money goes a long way down in Texas.
Yeah.
Well, money goes a long way in Indiana too. So either way, from financial situation,
he's just like, listen, like just the pressure and the level of standard. You know, he probably get away with a little bit more down in Texas Tech. You can do a little bit of more flexibility, and you know, it's just not a place you got to think about. You know, as great as it is,
you know what? The climb is always better than staying on top.
That's right.
As Kirby Smart says, there's a reason the wind blows up here a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason. So James Blanchard is probably like, yo, I'm the creme de la creme. I'm still climbing.
I'm
still
good.
climbing. Man,
I'm good eating up. I don't want to be done. I want, you know.
Yeah, if I go to Notre Dame, that microscope and that spotlight is hot.
Yeah, it's like you not just. It's like, yeah, I'm honored, but shoot, you know, I ain't trying to be asked 15 million questions on a couple plays that changed the game, and everybody gonna remember it for that. But Texas Tech, they might not even watch a couple of these UTEP type of games we got, and then I'm just made in the shade because then it comes just about comfortability and Notre Dame is not a comfortable place. It's not a place you
Talk
just
about it. Talk about it.
It's
Talk
not a
about it.
place. Winning, winning ain't, that it looks good, but it's not no comfortable place where you like, I'm just gonna lay my head and have my rest of my career here. They ain't. You see how many changes we make. That Brian Kelly stay there for 15, 20 years. No, that's never happening again.
And after that 2016 season, it's fair to say that I don't know how much power Brian Kelly had. After that 2016 season, in comparison to what he had before that, I think it was a little less. I think it was probably a little less. Chris Ash. We're almost done with this Chris Ash topic. Oh, another thing, Captain Obvious is what I want to say. Yeah, Chris Ash, you walked in, you saw the film, he's like, oh, I'm playing man to man. It ain't that hard. Hey, whoever took over as defensive coordinator was going to play a lot of man to man next year. A lot. Or else, it's a serious problem. Because you see what you have coming back.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is a guy that was in personnel, not defensive coordinating previously. So
that should help. Now, what he talked about this, Left. He's going to change some things as far as like coaching. Is that just fundamentals? He talked about the fundamentals.
Yeah, he's bringing the framework for things. This is how the framework and processes of being a more professional coach, so to speak, being a guy that operates at this certain level of prestige, this, that, and the third. He's not. That's why he's not putting together what defense. He wasn't calling defense before this. So his integration is more, this is how we do things on this level. This is the suggestions that I have. This is how I will make this better. This is what I'm, so it's more of a office manager. He wasn't necessarily dialing in blitzes and that sort of speak on game day. So of course, it's going to take a year or so before he calls it his defense. That's why he's like, this is Notre Dame. Yeah, because you're not just about to overhaul a good thing going. That's the first thing. Second thing.
It wouldn't be wise.
Second thing, what defense do you have to unleash in a year that is proven when you haven't been calling the defense the year before? So, yeah, I think he's saying all the right things because Coach probably liked his vision, but he wasn't taking somebody that was a top-ranking defense coordinator from the league last year. So I think this will help a transition space, but we've heard the whole coach by community speak. Usually the guy's not looking to stay too long. When you coach it by community, you kind of piecing it together, and then you eating off of the top. You're eating off of the success. You're getting that elevation, that I'm here for a good time, not a long time sort of feel when you're coaching by community, so to speak. We understand what that means. We've heard it before. We've seen how it plays out, and that's fine. But add some value. I remember when, I love how they all come into this, like it's like they almost like they gotta say it. Every coach that comes in says, Marcus Freeman done called me. I came here because Marcus Freeman's vision. Oh, Marcus Freeman's something different. That's what, and it's Notre Dame. So it's, Marcus Freeman, he done put the voodoo on some of these guys because they all
Marcus Freeman was sitting there drinking some ONORA, like, yeah, so what? Yeah, okay. That's nice. We just need you to come in and
yeah, he be putting the voodoo on. They always mention Marcus Freeman specifically, but like I said, Notre Dame. They should, So Marcus Freeman once again, and on top of just Notre Dame being undeniable, and when you add that Marcus Freeman flavor and us doing so well, it really turns out to be a hard to deny position, which is why Notre Dame is still top 3 program, in the country, regardless of win-loss record. It's still you're not just getting an offer from them. just like how Alabama's not offering everybody, you know, so they wait till the last minute, then just start throwing offers around. But they can't do that no more. We talking about the previous Alabama. So it's good to see. It's good to see Notre Dame taking that role towards dynasty. You know, I think that's the other cool thing. They're built to last longer than just having a one and done run. SMU probably is not going to get to the same place next year. We know Boise's out of there. Arizona State's debatable, but Notre Dame is in the conversation. So that's due to the moves made that are just going to work out how they work out.
Chris Ash said he's going to not do anything special when it comes to figuring out the position battles on defense. This is what Chris Ash had to say.
Yeah, like it's not my stamp. It's what the players have earned the right to do. If players have earned the right to play, it's our job to find a way to get them to play, whether it's a rotation, it's a personnel package, whatever it may be. We want the good players to stay here in our program. Good players want to do what? They want to play. So it's our job to find ways to allow them to play. We're going to play our best players, but we also want to understand that rotations are important, personnel packages are important, giving them an opportunity to go out and impact the game. That's really what we want to do.
And I was able to find some videos of the aggressive 4-3 defense. If you turn that video on and then watch spring practice, how similar in at least spirit of defense do you think it would be?
Hopefully, you know, through my time as a coach, there are certain things that are important, and it's more about play style than it is anything else. I don't care if we're 4-3, 3-4, 5-2. I don't really care about any of that stuff. It's about the play style. We want to play fast. We want to play violent. We want to be physical. We want to win at the point of attack. That's all that it's about. We want to play with energy and enthusiasm. We're going to coach, teach, and we're going to practice that way, and hopefully we're going to play that way too. So whatever videos you saw, I don't know what years those would be. I probably have a little more gray hair now than I did back then, and probably a little bit more right here. But hopefully the play style comes to life. And it's really not going to be hard for me because that's the way this defense has played. We're going to try to continue that.
I think what this is not a guy that's looking to be a play caller. This like Denbrock. He's not a Denbrock. He's not sitting up there looking at 2007 tape and grabbing ideas from different. This dude is not no play caller. He is a play evaluator. Marcus Freeman's roster is built with many 1A, 1Bs, built with many two-way players, built in a way where you're trying to manage a roster at all times. So this sounds like a guy that's like, we're going to play our best players. So my whole job is to evaluate how to manage putting the best players out there. And that's going to come in recruiting as well from an evaluation standpoint. I think what Marcus Freeman understands is that maybe I can't get the knockout 5 stars necessarily, but I'm going to get so detailed on scouting on what can add to the play style that I want to see. You heard the guy talk nothing about, he said, I don't care about no structural defense. I want the players. And that, I mean, that's what he came from Jacksonville. He was a player personnel, player scout, player under, you know, that's all he understands. So that's great in the sense of, yeah, you're not going to run nothing different. We're just going to amp it up. We're going to amp it up. We're going to find ways to make it better than what it is. But then it questions who's calling the plays in. You calling them? Because how comfortable are you calling somebody else's defense? Same thing with how you comfortable calling somebody else's offense, Gerard Parker, you know, at that time. So we know what that community by defense means, just like community by offense. It's going to be better in different ways, but frustrating in a lot of ways that we didn't have last year.
GTB questions. Get your super chats. GTBs in. Halsey03, has Malik addressed LeBron opting out of the All-Star game last minute and selfishly stealing someone else's spot?
Boo-hoo. They wouldn't have watched the All-Star game if you knew LeBron wasn't going to play the night before or any other time, the ratings would have been like,
Halsey, he works for Clutch. He never answers anything concerning LeBron or the Lakers directly.
That's true. He said I had to hold on to the ratings for the NBA. I'm the face of the league. I'm the face of the league, and I can't say I'm not playing the night before. Let's be honest. If Michael Jordan, wait a minute, time out. If Michael Jordan
don't ever let the GOAT's name come out of your mouth. Don't ever let the GOAT's name come out of your mouth.
If he was hurt, would he say that he's hurt and not show up to the game?
He did that. He did that during the All-Star break. He didn't go in the dunk contest, and he allowed somebody else to go into and play in the game.
But he did. He decided when. He decided when. Though. He decided when. Precedent. When did he decide? We're talking about ratings.
I'm not sitting. First of all, it was far more stars back then than it is now.
Exactly. So LeBron.
I mean, I don't know.
So you're going to watch the All-Star game with Norman Powell? Really? No, you're not. You're not going to watch the game with Norman.
I would have watched it with LaMelo.
Not like you would have with LeBron.
First of all, I just said LaMelo would have been a better attraction than Norman Powell in an All-Star game. All-Star game fits LaMelo.
Whoever was going
First of all, they weren't watching if LeBron was playing because the format was trash. It was trash. The whole weekend was trash.
Format was trash.
So I heard that ND was reported to be the #1 place to work at. I forget by what publication, but it is a fact, and was just wondering what SD Mike's and Left thoughts are about this. I've never worked there.
Notre Dame is an uncomfortable place to be. I don't know why. This is not no kiddie playground. Learn on the fly. We'll teach you how to do your job type of place. It's not that. The lady at the front door is real nice. The receptionist. But when you pass them doors, do not play around with Notre Dame. So I don't know if that makes it the #1. But if you do it right, you can get you a nice little bump somewhere where they got that respect for you. You know, you walk around with that ND on you, it's like, okay, you been through something. You know, you just not willy-nilly over there. So if that makes it #1, then yeah, but it's not a hostile environment, but you're not comfortable because you don't know what kind of moves being made and who doing what, because people trying to get your spot now. This ain't no. That's what I'm saying. It's not a. It's fun loving. You know, the people are great. Let me not get it mistaken, but this is very professional, very business-like, very corporate. Yeah. So don't go in there playing because, I mean, come on. If Marcus Freeman was anywhere else, do you think he would have had this hypersensitivity and hyperdrive to make it look like this in year 4? Would it look like this in year 4 if he was head coach at Cincinnati? Not that Cincinnati's bad, but do you think he's grabbing a Mike Marks and a Chris Ash and a Al Golden and a, see? So he, in the environment that he's in, he's like, yeah, I can't play around with this. I need to be #1 in recruiting. I need to be on that jet. I need to be shooting these commercials. I need to be kissing these babies, showing up to the White House, going to WWE. I need to be doing everything. This ain't no sit at home and do a couple press conferences here and there. No. You got to be, So if that makes it the #1 workplace because it forces you to be successful, then yes. But do not go in there thinking this is a 10, 15, 20 year, I've been here all my life type of place, because it's just not. At some point, you're going to be like, man, please, I don't want to be in this mode all my career. That's what it is. Like you didn't want to be at ESPN your whole life.
Oh no, I said it at 5 years.
Yeah.
I was like,
you're not trying to live like that.
I'm
your
not
whole
a lifer.
I'm
not a lifer like that. And,
that's
that was my second mic anyway. My first mic was already determined years ago. So
yeah, that's right. So yeah, you but at the same time, you're like, it's a great place to work, I'm sure.
Man, the app, the benefits.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bananas, bro.
So you like, okay, great, but I ain't trying to live like that 15, 20 years. No. But it's a good, now you walk around, went through the process.
But I mean, for people that are like on air, if you get you a spot, that's a blessing. I think Waddle and Sylvie just celebrated 25 years on air together. Something crazy? Or was it 20?
One of those people, it's one of those,
that's unheard. Like Mike and Mike, I think they were together for like 20 years on air. Like if you get that.
And that's crossing the Rubicon,
Normally they get you out of there.
Get you out of there, and they
contract, and man.
And you gotta love it at that place to want to be there. That's the other thing.
They are going to work you.
That's what I'm saying.
They're going to work you.
And if that's what you like, which I think 95% of people, I think 95% just not built like that. We're not built to die for a company like that. Not that.
Definitely not the young generation. No.
Not where things are going now, media, but even then, it's like if you just in general, I don't think people built to just 25 years in one place, that type of work. Yeah. And the ones that do make it are the reason why they special and all that, and it's only a couple percent, So like Stephen A, who wants to do Stephen A's job really?
He make a lot of money, dog. I don't know. That contract kind of fat. So I mean, with that contract,
he's not as fat as some of these other ones.
No,
he don't got the highest one in sports.
No, bro. You need to do your research on that man's contract, bro. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
He ain't got no Drake money.
No,
what?
No
Drake money.
And Steve A ain't canceling shows. Lucky Lefty podcast. Mitchell Evans at the Combine talking about the Notre Dame quarterback competition. Man, the most important quarterback competition in a decade at Notre Dame. Mitchell Evans. This is what he had to say. The Notre Dame fans, let us know who you feel like he gives more love to in this piece.
One, the Notre Dame quarterback room's in good hands. Whoever is going to be the guy, next year going in the fall, the team's going to do good. So, Steve's been there for as long as I can remember. He's a dog. He's been through the rough. And whenever his numbers were called, he's been reliable. He's been dependable. So if he gets a shot, put him in good hands. Kenny, he's an all-around great athlete, great player. So I think it'd be kind of hard to game plan against him. Maybe another version of kind of Ryan, I feel like, in a sense. So if he gets a shot to go, then he'll be good. And then CJ, he's a young prodigy. There's a lot of talk about him, and I kind of believe it. Just seeing the way he works, seeing the way he kind of handles himself. When his numbers come to it'll be good hands. So whoever gets a shot forward, it's not my decision, but whoever gets to go, it's gonna be very exciting for Notre Dame football.
That cat Mitch, man, I wish I could go back because we're gonna have some real passes. That's what he really wanted to say. But he kept it. I think he gave a lot of love to his boy Steve. I do. He called him a dog. He called him a dog. Said he had been through the fire.
Reliable and dependable. You know what's reliable?
Yeah, he did. Then he said Kenny.
That's like a nice air mattress.
Backhanded compliment. It's a backhanded compliment.
Not backhanded. It's just the truth. It's like an air mattress. It's very reliable, dependable. They got some nice ones, but it's an air mattress.
It's not a.
You may not. It ain't that.
It's not a climate control. It's not a climate.
It ain't got no bells and whistles necessarily. It's an air mattress because at the end of the day, if you tired and you need something, that air mattress will come in handy. It's gonna be it may be more dependable than your $100,000 sofa.
Yeah,
because it's there.
Yeah.
So it's gonna get you 10 games. That's just it's gonna get you 9 games. 8 games in a tough season, but it's gonna get you a certain destination. Is it gonna get you to the promised land? And we're at a point in Notre Dame juncture under Marcus Freeman. We not there. We got to get promised.
He was talking about. Then he went on to talk about Kenny. He was like, yo, Kenny's like probably the more more athletic. Like, yo, if he gets his shot, and it's like, yo, it's gonna be fun to watch. It's gonna be in good hands. He's probably the closer to what everything Riley can do. Being able to run the ball, throw the ball, throws the ball, much better arm than Riley Leonard. But then he used the word prodigy for this cat, CJ Carr. He used the word prodigy. He talked about how he works. Now, I do think the way CJ moves and the way, because CJ's been around,
Justin Bieber,
but he's been around the game. So it's not a shock that he knows how to prepare, knows how to absorb everything. He's been around the game. His family has been around the game.
He knows how.
Yeah. It's like NBA players like Steph that grew up, Klay Thompson, like dudes that been around the game. Yeah,
he's that Mercedes. You know, it's like it's the Mercedes, dude. Everybody like the Mercedes, dog. It don't matter how fresh. It's always fresh, no matter what.
As long as it's a McLaren, I love it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
G-Wagon McLaren, I love it.
I'm saying it's like you can find your flavor in a Mercedes because everybody likes it, and it's luxury. It's gonna beat out the normal car. He got it. You know, he got it. You can't go wrong with a Mercedes, and you kind of it's hard to get sometimes. You got some ones that's hard to get. So if you get one that's hard to get, you really cooking.
So let us know.
And then Kenny's just that nice that track hawk.
I like the
scat pack. That scat pack. It can take you there. Yeah. It get the honeys. You know,
I'm saying that, man. I've had some memorable nights on air mattresses, man. I'm just saying. Steve Angeli can give us a memorable season. He could give us a memorable season. That's all I'm saying.
He can give you a nice. What was it? What's the guy over there at Illinois?
Come on, man. No, Steve's better than that.
Come on.
He's better than what? You talking about the guy the quarterback?
The quarterback
at Illinois? Yeah, Steve Angeli better than him.
Come on, man. All right. I know he was 11-game winner.
He didn't win 11 games. That's not. They won 10. Relax.
Oh, okay.
Relax. I appreciate the extra love. I appreciate the extra love. But relax.
Come on.
Relax. Relax.
See how many games did Steve win in the Big Ten?
Who? How much will Steve win in the Big Ten?
Yeah, he winning more than 10.
Yeah. At Illinois, it's Illinois. What you talking about? Relax, dude. That's what we do. Brett Bielema has been stacking wins, bro. Then relax.
How many games is Steve Angeli winning in the Big
Illinois?
At a Illinois, Purdue,
9-10 games.
Wisconsin.
No. First of all, don't put us on. We've been smacking Purdue and Wisconsin for the last 4 years. Relax.
Wisconsin.
Smacking. Illinois smacked Wisconsin. They fired their coach the very next week. Smacking them for 3 years straight. Yes, that's what's been happening. That's what's been happening. We smacked Nebraska. We smacked Nebraska on the road last year. Smacked them too. But
y'all went to overtime.
Smacked them too. Against who? No, we did not. No, we did not go to overtime.
That was an overtime game.
No, not against Nebraska.
What was the score?
That was a fourth quarter win.
Yeah, it was the last second game.
Don't matter. We walked in your building, went in your refrigerator, took your dinner, and then kicked our feet up and watched your TV. That's what we did. Lucky Lefty Podcast. Got to get out of here, folks. We'll check you out tomorrow. We'll celebrate the big 3-0 with Left. You know, if he has, I don't know what plans he has, man,
I'm here. Let's do it.
He out there in the AZ, you know what I'm saying? Who knows what he has planned out there in the desert. All I'm saying is just make sure you're alive Monday. That's all. Just make it through the weekend. Hey, we'll see you guys tomorrow.